Hi, my name is Giulia Chen. I am like a tattoo artist, a mom, and I also am like a jiu-jitsu athlete and teacher. I would say it's 2019. In June 2019, I took my first class because I was like working in San Francisco as a son, and all the guys there. My boss, Luke Stewart, is a black belt, and he was like, Juliet, I think you need to try jiu-jitsu. I think it's like would be good for me, for you to try. And at the time I was going through a little bit different like phase of my life because I just had Sophia. Sophia was like almost 2 years old, but I still had this, I think, a little bit of like postpartum depression. I was overweight, so I gained almost 20 kilos when I had the baby girl. So I was like, but I was very intimidated to try. So, but they kind of not forced me, but almost. I found like courage to go. And since then, I started in June 2019. So since then, I never stopped. So that was very interesting. Once I signed up for my first class in Jiu-Jitsu in San Francisco, I started Jiu-Jitsu at Ralph Gracie. So and I trained for 9 months there. I got promoted. I still remember it was March 5th, 2020, and March 6th we moved to New York. So we relocated all the family to New York. And at the beginning, I was like, I want to try to. I knew that I wanted to be with the Gracie family for the style of jiu-jitsu, but I was like, here in New York, there's like a lot of gym. Maybe I should try other academy before starting. But then I remember that I was like, we just got to New York and I was like all jet lagged and I was like, okay, I wanted to go and sweat a little bit. And I was living at the time next to Henso Gracie in Williamsburg. So I was like, okay, let me jump in for a class. And the first person that I met when I took the class, it was Artan Bandera, that is my brother and part of my family now, but it was actually my first person I met. At the time, it was a brown belt. I was just like, one day blue belt, baby blue belt, and I was like, wow, I was astonished, like amazed by his jiu-jitsu. So I didn't even try other academies. I knew it that since I saw him training, the way he was training, that was like, I need to learn from this guy. Especially for, I would say, for like the competition part side of the career, I would say definitely for like World Masters. Then when I won last year, like the championship. So was very important. I told my husband recently that it's like I never trained so hard for something like for this medal, for this title. I was training 3 times a day. I was every day there at the gym. I think like my brain went like really like in a focus on. It's not only about the title, but it was like combination of like all the knowledge, all the hard work that I put in. So that it was one of the happiest moments because also after when I got the medal, when I finished the competition, Artan promoted me on the podium. I think what everything changed, like in my jiu-jitsu, was for this one, for like Europeans. It's not a gold medal. It's like a silver medal. Like I was a purple belt at the time, and it really changed the way I thought of myself in jiu-jitsu. So I feel before I was competing for fun, just to challenge a little bit myself. After this tournament, I really thought that I could be good at this. I could be focused on that. It's when I decided that, okay, this is gonna be, I knew that jiu-jitsu was going to be part of my life forever, but from there it was like in a different way. Also like the way I compete, the way like I wanted to train. So I had to change work-wise things. So, and the last one, happy moment, it was like Brasileiro, this one. So it's the last tournament that I did. So I did it like, it was 3 weeks ago. I decided last minute to go 2 weeks before the tournament was like going to close the registration. And it's Brazil national, so I was like, not that I don't believe in myself, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing something crazy. I had an injury on my knee, so I didn't know if I could fight, but I was like, oh, which like level I could fight. But I knew that Gregor and other like my teammates were going, and this year for me is all about like not missing opportunities, not missing opportunities, but living my life as as a mom, also like in business with the tattooing. I'm always like, not that I had to put aside myself, but that I have a lot of responsibility, and I felt like that this year I needed to try to do the things that I really love and live this experience, because they're like, I'm not sure if I could live it again, you know? So I was like, these guys are going, I need to jump on this like train and try to go for it, even if I'm like, physically I wasn't like 100% because my injury. But it was when I won, I think it was the happiest moment, one of the happiest moments. Besides having Sophia, the wedding, the husband, everything, but I was like, I felt like I was so happy because I couldn't really believe it that I did it. So the yes, if you work hard and if you try to do your best every day, it shows off for real, you know. When I started jiu-jitsu, I was like definitely like the playing like more top games, so guard passing. I was very into like judo, a little bit of wrestling, which was fun. But since I started training, then as a blue belt, I started working on my guard. So I'm mostly like a guard player, but I'm confident in both positions. So especially lately, I've been working a lot on my top game. So pressure passing, even if my style, it's Gregor's style, it's slow and a little bit more like with the pressure. Instead, the Artan style is like passing from the outside, so very fast. So I've been trying to blend the two styles. So, and mostly I play guard. So, and I play pants and sleeve. I play K guard, a lot of X guard, and I always try to chase the back. I also like fast submission, so when I can get like, they pretty know me for my loop chokes. But it depends. I'm just trying, especially in this year, my goal is to be more like open and wide on my game, because I want to be confident in everything that happens. Every time that I go fighting, I'm always thinking like my game. I know, not that I know everything, but I'm like, I can defend and I can attack. So of course, for my martial arts, for jiu-jitsu, I'm very, very inspired by like my actual professor, so that I have at the academy. Gregor, Artan especially are like my main inspiration. Is like, Artan is like so young, he's 27, this year is 27, and I think like his style, the way he teach, it's like the way the class runs, it's just very inspirational, you know, for such a young like athlete and professor. And for Gregor, it's like, it's just like such like a deep, how can I say, like he has so much knowledge, and the way he really cares about the people that are around him, and the way if he goes up, he's gonna bring up also the other people that he has around, and it's very inspirational. Seeing fighting also in Brazil, seeing fighting again Artan like in the last tournament that he did, it really like opened my heart and my mind to want it to be like, I want to be like them. My other job, like tattooing. There's many artists that I love, that inspired my career, but I would say that is like Junie from San Francisco. She really like inspired, her story, I would say, it really inspired me to be like a better artist. Like the way, you know, she tells about like the fact that how she got her bodysuit, how she built her resilience, you know, it's like those women are very strong. So they're like very inspirational for me. After having Sophia, I gained a lot of weight. So Jiu-Jitsu took me back to like a good, healthy life. And then it changed completely my life in like, but especially like not personality, but it's like I always had like, I would say not problems, but I have a strong personality and I'm very impulsive. So it really taught me how to learn more about myself, to slow down also when I needed to think more. It taught me how to create a community. It gave me the chance to create a community. And also it's like make like lifetime friends that I thought I could never do again, you know, moving from different country in different states is always very hard, you know. I always found it like culturally also it could be hard. And instead jiu-jitsu really like gave me some values and helped me to refine some values and helping me to find like a community where like I feel like myself again, you know. So very, very important. So I always say like send me a DM on Instagram. So I will personally take you to class. So I receive actually like actually daily a lot of texts or like DMs or clients. I convinced a lot of my tattoo clients to start jiu-jitsu because I was like, they were like, oh, I want to try some self-defense, but I'm afraid. And I've been telling them like, come and try. Just I take you for your first class. I know that it's very intimidating because I started with a woman's class because I was kind of like, and if you see me fighting now, you're like, are you sure that you started? Like, yes, I was like very intimidated to start and get inside like an academy because I don't know what, it was like maybe I was putting already some limitation, I was sabotaging myself. But I always say like, if you want to go with a friend, try to find like a friend that wants to share like this moment with you so you have like a support system. But look, if you're like a woman, find a gym that has a female instructor so maybe you feel more comfortable. I do really believe that like healthy academies, they have a lot of females. So because that means that you're creating like a safe environment for everyone, you know. And but I also do believe that the girls, they can break the ice in a woman's class and they're gonna be able to train with a co-ed class. So I don't believe that they have to only train with females. I think it's like it's good that everyone trains with everyone because there's a lot of learning, you know, especially even for like male, you know, that they have to learn with someone that is smaller. They're gonna up their jiu-jitsu, you know. But for someone that has to start, it's just like the hardest part is stepping the first day. That is the hardest part. So once you did it one time, you're good to go. Trying to live the present. So I feel like especially because of my background, my childhood, is like I always thought like a lot about like the security of the future. Just I had to make a lot of plans, you know. But I've been trying to be very focused on this moment and like live the moments with my daughter, with my family, with my academy, the tournaments, you know. Definitely, jiu-jitsu wise, hopefully my black belt. That is like life achievement, you know. But it's not only like the belt, you know. It's like the knowledge. I'm very like more I train and more I go to class and more I teach and more I want to know. I want to keep like growing and have my like knowledge, you know, to expand, you know. So and I want like as a jiu-jitsu for the tournaments, what I would like the most is like I'm gonna start competing, keep competing as a black belt, and maybe start doing a little bit of no-gi here and there. My dream is to be like always ranked between like the first three. So those are the goals. But for my art part, like in family, that everyone is going to be happy. Hopefully Sophia's going to start jiu-jitsu, that my husband's already started, so I'm happy for that. I hope they're going to I'm gonna be teaching more also. So that is like, I love teaching and sharing. I hope more, we're gonna do more like women's class, seminars. You know, I've started doing like some self-defense seminars like in high school here in Brooklyn. So I hope that we're gonna build more of that. Maybe one day when I'm gonna be older, like a jiu-jitsu and tattoo academy, you know, something that I can by the beach maybe. No, but we'll see. But definitely I want to keep training and fighting always. There's not gonna be a time that I'm gonna say no to fighting. Thank you so much for inviting me. This like means so much to me. It's like sharing my story. I think it's important. Sometimes I feel shy to share it, but I think it's very important because it can inspire other girls, other little girls also to start martial arts, to feel more empowered, to feel their confidence and to start. It's not only about like the medals, I always say, or the belt, but it's like our person, you know. So it's like to be a better human out there, to empower. So I hope this will help other like girls or other person to come and train and try it.